Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is David, this is David K Reacts, and here on this channel I ramble with articulation, I hope, about a variety of audio, visual and musical things that I pull out of the videos that I watch. And today we are going to be going back to visit Mr. Tommy Johansson, who just dropped a cover of AC/DC's Highway to Hell. And I was looking for something to react to this week, and as soon as I saw that drop, I was all over it. This is probably one of my favourite songs of all time. It's one of the first metal songs I really latched onto. I really liked the rhythm that the guitars put out there. I was really impressed with the vocals. Just something about this song struck. I also think something for me as well is the sound of the drums. One of those things that I think, you know, a lot of us take in but don't necessarily think about is there are different drum sounds. The different skins you use, the different kits you use, the different sticks you use can all make a difference. How the drums are mic'd, all of these things can make a difference. And the drum sound in this really hit me. And I think that it's one of those things that can make or break a song sometimes. You can have a really good song and it can be great. And if you have exactly the right drum sound, it becomes very great, or whatever the next level up is. And this just... the first time I heard it, I fell in love, and it's been on my playlist pretty much ever since. Of course, by the Australian band AC/DC, who I love pretty much all of their work that I've heard. They one of those few bands where I feel like, for my personal taste, I haven't come across a dud yet. I haven't heard all of their work, for sure. Definitely still the possibility there, but I haven't seen it yet. This, of course, very fantastic song, very well known. It was released in 1979 on the same day as a single as it was of the album Highway to Hell. It was the first track on that album, and was very successful. It was inspired by the Canning Highway that connects the Kwinana Freeway, which I believe is in Perth, to Fremantle. And it is a song that has done extremely well around the world. It is platinum in a multitude of countries, usually more than once. Gold in the United States. It charted in 1979 and 1980 at 24 in Australia. It hit 56 in the UK, 47 in the US. The highest peak was for the 14 in Belgium. And then it charted again. It actually hit #1 in the US Billboard Mainstream Rock in 1992. It hit #1 in Billboard's Hot Digital Songs in 2012. It got to #4 in the UK in 2013. Number 142 on the Global 200 by Billboard in 2021. And it peaked again at 16 in Hungary in 2022. It's the song that keeps coming back. And that seems perfectly fair to me. It is also, I'm just throwing a lot of stats out here, but they're just very impressive. It's number 258 on Rolling Stone's 500 greatest songs of all time, so it's almost in the top half. It's 152 on the 500 greatest classic rock songs as compiled by 94.5 XKR, wherever that is. It's an impressive number, which is why I list it. 23 in the top 500 heavy metal songs of all time, which is a book by Martin Popoff, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has it listed in their 500 songs that shaped rock and roll, which is, it's not entirely rock and roll music, obviously, but it's also not in any kind of order. Just being on that list is the accolade. It's listed alphabetically. There's a couple of their songs on it, but this is one of them. And this is the one that I thought was hilarious at first and then stopped and went, wow, that's really impressive. The ringtone is certified gold as of 2007 for having over 500,000 downloads. And that's impressive. Or 500,000 sales, I should say. That's quite the track record. I don't normally do a stat spew like that, but this one was just particularly impressive. Yeah, I think this is an incredible song. Obviously, they did as well. The guitarist... sorry, not the guitarist. Who was it? It was... no, it was... yeah, the rhythm guitarist, Malcolm, said... there were hundreds of riffs going down every day, but this one, we thought, that's good. And this is a quote from him. It just stuck out like a dog's balls. I will... that's from Classic Rock Magazine. I'll cite the reference. just thought that was a beautiful description. Anyway, that's the song. Tommy Johansson, of course, I am familiar with. I've already covered a few of his songs, and this just feels like it's going to be so far up his street, he practically lives there. And I'm really curious to see, because the stuff I've seen him do so far has been, you know, I'm trying to think of everything that I've covered from him, but I've seen him do, for example, Oh Holy Night, which was not something I would have expected, and it was just incredible to see something so different taken into his style. Now I'm going to be very curious to see him do something very in his style. So yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. I think that's about all I have to say on the topic. I've rambled long enough for this intro, so I will say welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. If it is, the way I work is I'm going to watch this from beginning to end. I will comment and emote over the top of that. I will then go back and watch it a second time, and this time I will pause, interrupt, and offer what commentary and analysis I feel I can, based on what I've just seen and heard, and the foreknowledge of having seen it the once before. Please do like the video, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and if you care to support my channel, you can do so by going to buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts, or patreon.com/DavidKReacts, or just leaving a super thanks here on YouTube. And for those of you who choose to join me on Patreon, or those who are already, as of the next reaction, I hope, possibly the one after that, because my time's a little crunchy right now, I am going to be adding a credits list of my Patreon supporters to the end of my videos. On top of that, you also get access to my Discord if you support me on Patreon. That's everything, I think. So without any further delay, let's jump into Mr. Johansson's performance of AC/DC's Highway to Hell. I like his use of the filter cutting out. I mean, this is always going to suit his voice, right? Yes. Yes, sir. Love it. Oh, I like this. The way he's built this harmony up. Nice use of cutting here. He's keeping it fairly simple, but it works. Song speaks for itself, right? Yes, sir. Woo! Oh, nice. I like this a lot. Let's see what he does here. Yes! This man could shred, that's for sure. Ooh, I like that. Oh! Oh! Oh, nice and slow. Yes! Absolutely. Oh, I really like the way he did that ending, taking the speed way back. That's cool. Oh, I like a lot. This is a song, it's one of those things, like, it's one of the things that's so great about it, I think, and something that makes it very accessible is its simplicity, right? It's very in-tempo, it doesn't do anything too crazy, it allows people to show off, you know, get some cool vocals, you get some cool guitar, but at the same time, it doesn't have crazy time signatures. It's not kind of Dragon Force speed of how fast everything is moving. It's kept in check. And I think that makes it a very accessible piece of music. It's something that makes it very, very popular for throwing in films and what have you. And I think it also makes it very, very good for someone like Tommy to take it and make things his own while still remaining very true to the original, which he did. Like you saw, there were a couple of points there where I was able to kind of bop along to the rhythm and hit accents that are in the original because he hit them too, but he was still diverging and making it his own version of the song, and I really, really like that. That was great. Also, does he have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles guitar strap? As if that man could get any cooler. Yes, sorry, I saw that, and it's just it caught me. It was sitting in the back of my head. That was fantastic, Tommy. I didn't expect anything less. His choice of covers is excellent. The way he arranges his covers is excellent. So let's just dive into this. Check this out again. Oh, before I do, any information in the description. Let's have a look. All the original information. Recorded, arranged, produced, mixed, mastered, and performed by him, filmed by him, edited by him. Yep, it's excellent. So for those who are interested, the guitar is a Charvel Model 3, and then he's got 1986 X drums from Fredman Digital, the Fred Head by Fredman Digital guitar sound, and the orchestrations by 8Dio Majestica 2.0. That's the VST that he's using. Always interesting to me what folks use for this kind of stuff. Sponsored by Fredman Charvel and 8Dio. That makes total sense. Yeah, nothing particularly unusual in there, but just good to know what's going on. So yeah, let's go back again. I'm going to watch this and see what I can pull out. And the first thing has to be, I almost commented on this before the reaction, because there's no black at the beginning of this. It just, even if because what I do is I open the video, immediately pause it to the point where I barely even hear the onset of a piano chord or a sung note or a guitar string, and it's paused, so I don't hear anything. Really, before I start watching this. But usually you get a black screen or something like that. Here we get this, so I immediately had an idea of his opening vibe, and I think it's really, really cool. He's got this tricolor filter that's going on here with the red, green, blue lines on all the bright lines that are going around, everything a little bit out of focus. It's almost kind of jarring. It makes you look like you're looking at a 3D image without the 3D glasses on. For those of you who are more contemporary and are not so familiar with older 3D film technology, we used to have glasses that were two different colors. It was red in one eye and was it green in the other or blue? I can't remember. Very long time ago. And you'd look at it. I say that. I don't know if they ever used it for film. Did they use it for film? I feel like they did. But certainly for 3D images, you'd look and it would, the way that your eyes perceive the colors would make things look 3D. Nowhere near as sophisticated as what we have these days. But this is kind of a little bit like what it looked like staring at one of these images. I just really like this, and the guitar is the first thing you hear in the song. It's a pivotal part of the song, so it makes total sense to me that that's the first thing we see. So yeah, really cool first shot, really cool filter that he's applied to it. Also, I love the audio filter. We immediately carry on that filtered look. It's like we're hearing something that was recorded a long time ago that's been remastered and put on the internet. And I think that's actually a really nice choice, because, this song is... Where are we now? We're 2024. It's about to be 50 years old. It's 47 years old right now, as of next month, in fact. And so, it's a little bit of a hark back to what it would have sounded like maybe listening to it on the radio 47 years ago. And what I like, too, is notice the complete silence. Da-da-dum. da-da-dum. There's no reverb or anything. It's the guitar is stunned, and there is absolute silence between each of those little riffs. Very, very cool. I love also... Now, this is interesting. Half a second too late there. Is there somebody who knows better than me? Is there some relevance to this? November 5th, 1955. Because that's 24 years before the song came out, so he's certainly not referencing when it came out. And then 10:04. Is there some reference to that date that I'm not thinking of right now, or that I don't know? Let me know in the comments if there's something I'm missing. And then we get this huge... Sorry, I meant to cut. You get that immediate crash cut with the little flicker transition into clean visuals, clean audio. Everything just shifts to modern day. But what I do love is the contrast between how dull all the color is here. The red of his guitar here is the red of the red lines of that trio of lines. It's not the red of the guitar that we're seeing currently. So it's cool because you kind of get this momentary foreshadowing of what the red is actually going to look like. But this, it almost looks overblown, oversaturated, how red that guitar is. And I don't think it is particularly, looking at the other color tones around. I think it's just that we have spent time looking at something so muted that when we now look at this vibrant red color that the guitar actually is, it's quite a shock to the senses. And I really love that we're getting the first shot, like the first frame again, but with the full color. It's a really nice way to crash into this and to see exactly how different it looks now that we're seeing it in full color. That's a really smart move. And I like that. I love that we get that lightning bolt across the screen as the drums come in. You get the cymbal crash, the start of the beat. It's just a nice moment of transition. So we've had the da-da-dum on the guitar to signify the transition into modern time, and then with the thunderclap, or the lightning strike, I guess, across the screen, that kickstarts us into the actual song itself. Nice choice, just to transition between those. I also, sorry, I keep stopping, I apologize. But notice, I'm going to play this one more time and then I promise we're moving on. But notice how many cuts we get during the filtered section. We have 7 cuts. There's basically a cut per second for the beginning of that, but they pick up pace. They start a little slower and pick up the pace. And so it's nice that we're kind of getting lots and lots of angles. It's getting the energy ready, and it picks up, bang! And we cut into this. I also love small things I'm noticing, but I love that all the cuts are they're all on a beat, but they're not on 1 and 3. It's not like it's cut, boom, cut, boom, cut, cut. It's not that. It's off. It's on 3 and, or was it 3 and or 4 and then 2 and. It's on those little offbeats. It feels part of the tempo. It's not like he's just randomly cutting. It's very clear where he's put those cuts. They're on either drum or cymbal hits, but they're just off enough that it's kind of a little jarring. And the nice thing about that is it keeps the momentum going, even though he doesn't have to have the cuts be super fast to make them feel energetic. Right, moving on. And then again, that as we get the camera shake, and that's a little addition of his, that little embellishment there. And it's small things like that. He doesn't have to add a lot to make this start feeling like a Tommy arrangement, and I like that a lot. Now, I haven't listened a lot to the reverb he puts on his vocals or commented on it particularly, but I love the amount that we've got here. We've got that nice little ring out of the sound every time he finishes. You can hear it on the season ticket on a one-way. So season ticket, because that note hangs on a little bit. You could hear that reverb die off slightly slower. So there's always that sense that he's singing in a bigger space. It's a really nice use of reverb here. Reverb? Reverb. There we go. Yeah, I really like that a lot. And that's where we kind of get the first diversion. Leave me be! That slide up there is the first thing that I don't recognize from the original, and I like that. He's just inserting little bits. He has his little guitar section. He has that little vocal slide. He's just slowly inserting little bits to make this his own, whilst otherwise presenting a really, really, really good cover of the original. And I think he holds that on slightly. Don't need reason. Just a little bit longer on the don't there. And again, small emphasis, but it changes the tone. Like, don't need reason is one thing. I'm certainly not going to get that high today. But I like that it's got that. It kind of moves forward, but this don't need reason. The emphasis on that really makes it a bit more forceful. It becomes a bit rebellious almost in the way that he's saying it, or singing it. And there's another change. Be there too, be there too, is what the original does. So just small little things, but I like them. What I also love is the cutting that he's doing here. Because he's already set up this fairly quick cut, we're able to cut from him singing a line to the guitar just for da-da-dum, and then we cut straight back to him singing again. So it's allowing us to incorporate the guitar almost everything it's playing, and yet still keep focus on him for all of his singing lines. He's set that cutting sequence up very well so that it's not jarring to us that we're just cutting and then almost immediately cutting back again. Nice work. Also, I want to double check something because I may be about to say something silly. Oh, definitely about to say something silly. I was feeling like he had more than 100,000 subscribers, but this is the first time I've actually clocked the silver play button in the background. But yeah, never mind, ignore me. That was quite a long time ago. Okay, where was I? Lovely little bit of vibrato. Going down! On the down! There's just a little bit of a vibrato on there. I'm going to stop trying to sing at his pitch. It's not going to do me any good. But I like that he's got this lovely use of his voice there. Just gives us a little bit of extra texture on that line. And then time is quite straight. So he's being very choice about where he puts that, and I really like it. I really like the string use here. It's building out the harmony that's going on behind what he's doing so well. It's kind of giving it this richness. It's giving it a symphonic element that the original doesn't have. I haven't thought about the harmony in the original enough to know whether he's singing this exact same harmony or whether he's changed a note here or there. But it feels a little bit fuller because of those strings. He's obviously harmonizing himself with the vocals, I think. Oh yeah, of course he is. Sorry, I say things like that without listening to it again and then go, oh, was he? But yeah, he's harmonizing himself with the vocals, which is great. But that string there just builds. It gives it a sort of wash across the sound that just gives it a little bit more depth to it. And I really, really like that. I think it really suits his style. I think it really suits this song. I love that the hell, just that little run down there adds a nice touch, and there's a really nice bass sound on this note. The thickness of that bass note down there is really, really nice, holding through the boom. It's got a really, really nice quality to it that's very supportive of everything that's on top, and I really, really like that. Nobody's gonna slow me down. Slow me down. In my head, that's normally a minor third. Slow me. He's singing slow me. Yeah, I think he's changed that. And I actually... Am I misremembering the song? I can't remember. I'll put a note here if I am. But in my head, the original song is a minor at that note. And he's singing a major. And I actually really like it. I like what I enjoy the fact that, because, you know, there's only so much he can do when he's recording in the corner of a room, and yet he keeps his videos so dynamic. Like we see him here in Socks, you know, he's moving around a little bit, like he kicks a little later on in the video. There is some visual interest to what he's doing there, and the way that he's kind of gesticulating as he sings. It's just, it keeps his videos very interesting. It keeps him very engaging to watch as a performer. If you feel for a second you're drifting off to one side, you very quickly get pulled back in by what he's doing. He's very good at commanding your attention. I love the proximity of that. He gets very close to the camera. Again, it's one of those things, like, it just, you don't necessarily expect that. And so it catches your eye for a second and pulls you back in again. And he's done it, the way he's done it, he kind of, the pullback of the hand. It's the jab, and then he just slowly pulls his hand away. I'm kind of analysing his performance quite closely here, because it's fascinating to me how much he does for a very tight, not particularly mobile. Like, it's not like he can run around on stage and have, you know, huge guitar motions and stuff. This isn't the setup for that. So he's doing a lot of very smart things with his performance, but the jab catches your attention, and then he just slowly lets his hand drift away. So here, he gets his hand here, and then what's there? I have to move in the opposite direction because my camera. What's there when he pulls his hand away? Him, his face. So it draws the eye back to him again. Really, really smart movement. It's little, he's using them as accents. Paid my dues, rockin' band, the jerky movements that he makes at those points. It's just, it's very sudden, it's very effective. And it elevates this to a performance that's beyond the corner of a room. I feel like I've made that point, but it's just, I like what he's doing, it's cool. Oh, I like that a lot. Look at me. Really, really nice line there. I think he's built up to using his height. He used it in the first verse, but he used it in the way that it's used in the song. Now he's taking some liberties and allowing himself to kind of do his thing, and I really like that. Hey mama, look at me. I'm on my way to the promised land. Yes. I love going up for land. That's really nice. It's a good word to go up on land. It gives you a good launching point, literally, into a na, which is arguably probably the easiest vowel to sound loud because your mouth is wide open. You have huge resonance. And so it's, I really, really like what he's doing with that. It's just it's a great note to go up on. It's a great point in the song leading into the next chorus. Very cool. What was that cut? He's got this little boogie going on here. And then we just cut suddenly to him kind of bopping around. That's hilarious. I like that. You see, again, he's keeping us interested in the middle of. He could have just kept it on him, you know, highway to hell, doing all this kind of stuff. He's engaging and energetic and charismatic enough to keep our attention there. But he cuts to a little dance or a moment of headbanging, and it's just small things like that. If you weren't paying attention to the video, you wouldn't think there was a cut there at all, but the moment you pay attention to it, you see it, and it's just a really, really cool choice. I like that a lot. I like how the strings are going up the octaves here, so the ba 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 comes out stronger, and then he's about to go up the octave here. It's a great build into the guitar solo. We're moving to the next section of the song. We're moving out of the sung section. We're moving to something new. And that build-up of the strings on top of the power of his voice and the lines that he's singing kind of propels us into that really effectively. I like that a lot. I love, like, this is one of the things of his videos that I enjoy so much. He gets to a bonkers guitar solo, and what do we see? We see his fingers playing it. Of course you do. It's the only logical choice, but I like that he switches between angles. We get to see a little bit of what his strumming hand is doing. We get to see the fingering on the fretboard. It's just giving us a lot of visual of what he's actually playing, and I think that's really, really cool. I feel like if I were anywhere near this talented on a guitar, which I am not, but if I were, and you could almost slow this video down and work out this solo by watching it, because we have such good angles on what he's doing. Great solo, very, very in character for him, and and very, very in character for the song. Like, it's the same story the whole way through. He makes this his own, but he also keeps it true to what the original song is, and I love that. Nice bit, we got that nice bit of double pedal going on down there. It's again keeping that motion forward. We're still singing Highway to Hell. Dum dum ha, and if I just sing it like that, it doesn't sound like there's much pace to it. Highway to hell. It feels quite slow, and yet we have all this drive coming from the guitar, still wailing away at the top a little, the double pedal coming in. It gives it a lot of motion. This is a great arrangement he's done here. And of course we get beautiful moments like that, which is so good for showing off Tommy's voice. Like, he sounds amazing up there. I really, really like. I'm so glad he's playing with this as much as he is. It's solid for him. That I love. That's so good. I like the fact that we actually get two L's there. It almost sounds like an echo. Because we get the ha... What is it? Ugh. Highway to hell. And at the same time, you got highway to hell. So you get the ooh, and it sounds like the second voice is echoing the first, even though up to that point they've been singing together. Really, really nice vocal effect there. One of those things you have to be very selective if you're going to have two voices singing the same word coming off at different times, especially if you don't do it regularly and it's not clearly constructed as part of the music. It can sound like a mistake. The way he's done it here, it sounds like an echo. It sounds like a bit of extended decay or something like that. Really, really nice. Highway. And again, it's that major third to the tonic that we've got going on there, because highway, highway, it makes this really nice second of really punchy harmony that stands out, because the harmony we've heard so far has always been behind the principal vocal line, but at this point it's equal to it, and it gives it a little emphasis. It's really nice. I think it's highway to hell. He goes down to highway to hell, highway to hell. But the way that he sits down on that, the minor seventh, bam, 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 ba, ba, there. He sits on it a little heavier, I think. I beg your pardon, that's the original. Highway to hell. And it's highway to hell. So he's got that clash of the tonic and the minor seventh happening at the same time. So da 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 da. So you have the ba ba, that second there. That's just a little bit not quite dissonant, but almost kind of maybe. It's it's a perfectly accepted. If you're playing a blues scale, this is in the original's in A major. I'm not sure what key he's playing in. I don't have any kind of device to hand to confirm that. But if there was a blues scale being played, for example, which is something you can often solo with, that minor seventh is part of it. So there's nothing weird about having that in there. It fits perfectly well. But just the fact that he clashes it with the tonic is really effective. That's the bit I was specifically referring to when I said I was able to hit an accent that they do. That the highway to doof doof is exactly from the original. He's embellished it, of course. We've got this lovely slide down. We got the on the drums. A little bit more going on here than there is in the original. Just again gives it some more power going into the final repetitions here. So here, other than the fact that he comes in over himself there while he's holding on that longer note, you can hear the harmony is so much further back than the moment I was talking about a second ago. And that's what I mean by that time it was much more punchy because of how upfront it was. But I love that he's kind of going off and doing his own thing at this point. That's really cool. Yes, he has a Turtles thing. Not only did I catch the logo and the shell, but now I'm seeing that the actual point where it attaches to the guitar is a slice of pizza. That guitar strap is awesome. I also like the fact that we focus here on the singer that is singing what I'm going to call the descant, or like the counterpoint rhythm. We're not seeing Tommy seeing. We're not seeing Tommy singing the same ostinato, the highway to hell. We're singing the I want the highway to hell, the one that's going off and doing something in between those occurrences. And I think that's exactly the right decision for this. I love how long he takes on that slow slide up, and all the while underneath him, again, we've got this increase of tempo with the dun 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 as it gets faster and faster underneath him while he's just slowly sliding up. It's nice because it allows him to take his time without stopping the song in its tracks, which is really, really smart. Oh, that resolution too. That's so good. Lovely suspended fourth, the da, and then we resolve down to the third. That's a really nice thing to end on. And I love how he takes his time over this ending. It's not just an I'm on a highway to hell. Boom. Like he really paces it down. Even the time, I think, the tempo have got me all screwed up right now, but I'm pretty sure the time between the ending of the actual song there with that final hit and him coming in with the I'm on the... I think that gap is even slightly longer. I might be wrong about that. It might be the different tempos screwing me up. But regardless, he's paced this beautifully. And after having all this, you know, powerful, screamy, like, high notes, there's something very calm and reserved about the way he sings that. I'm on a highway to hell. It feels like it's just, this is a cool afterthought, just tying the bow on the gift that is this whole song. And it's not like you tie the bow and go, Dum! The drums do that at the end, but the way that he's done it, it's a much gentler tying of the bow. I don't know why I'm running with this analogy, but I started, so I'll finish. But it's a really nice way to wrap that up, and just to have that moment of a little bit of more sort of conservative use of the voice. It would be very easy to kind of have it as an I'm on the highway to hell. Poof. Never doing that again. But it's not what he does. He gives us this very, very quiet ending. Also, he's doing it again. I'm on the highway, not highway. I'm instinctively singing the minor third, which makes me think it was right. If it wasn't, I will have posted that note back when I thought that first time around. But it's so surprisingly clean. It really is. I love that it's a subversion of what we're expecting the final notes to sound like. It's great. And then I love that we just get the final moment. Wow, that's throwing that up quickly. I instinctively went for this. We get that final rock out moment in silence. You get a bit of the goofball Tommy coming through as well, and I like that. Oh, well played, sir. Not that I expected anything else. I feel like Tommy's covers are all great, and I'm surprised it took me this long to get back to one. I need to get back to Sabaton as well. I was saying, actually, I can't remember if it's on my Discord or on a Discord I'm a part of, but I was saying it's always odd to me coming out of a theme month like I did Video Game Month. Coming out of that, going back into just one video a week, which is all I really have time to do most of the time. I just want to do more. And I'm sorry if it's taking me a while to get to something you've recommended. This wasn't recommended to me at all, although I know there are several people who will probably ping me about it. Maybe even between me recording this and this video coming out, which is less than 2 days. But it wouldn't surprise me if I get a couple of messages going, hey, this is really good, you should check it out. But I've got a lot on my list still, and I am still hopeful that by the end of the year I will have done something to be able to allow myself to record a little more than I am right now. I don't know. We'll have to see. Life is a lot. You'll also notice I'm still not good at responding to YouTube comments right now. Again, I apologize. I want to engage with my community. You folks are amazing for supporting me. It's just been really hard recently. Life has been keeping me busier than usual. So I apologize for that. I'll get back to it as soon as I can. But thank you for being here. I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope you had a good time with the song. If I'd introduced you to Tommy or AC/DC even, Highway to Hell specifically, you know, that's wonderful. And if you've heard this and you already love it, you know, great. I can see myself being right there with you. And I hope maybe something I have said in this video has just given you something to think about. You know, oh, I didn't think about this in that way. Or, oh, that's why I like this bit so much. That's what I'm here to try and do. So if I've achieved any of those, then I consider it a win. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I really appreciate it. If you would care to like the video, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That's wonderful. And for any support you would like to offer, you can do so at buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts, at patreon.com/DavidKReacts, or here on YouTube with a super thanks. And any of those very gratefully appreciated. Of course, no pressure for any of them. That's it for this week. I really appreciate your time with me. Thank you for spending it here, especially if you're still here at the end of the video. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, evening. What am I going to go for today? Let's go for 5:45 p.m. I'm going to roughly guess that's going to be the end of this video. So if somebody's watching this in EST, I might have just got them. We'll see. But take care of yourselves. Look after yourselves. Have a wonderful rest of your week. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.